This video is about peeing standing up. Alright, this is Derrick. I've talked about him a lot, and he's not as used to being on camera as me, so that's all cool. But, since I like to say at time, it's 4/26 on March 11th, and 2009. And, Derrick, you know, when I was going through my dysphoria and stuff, I was really upset, obviously. And I always, wanted to ask, a guy born male, they've grown up, just in a male body, like, some questions, like about the lower surgery, and he gave me great perspectives on that. And, but also, like, sometimes I was so frustrated with using an STP device, I was like, how important is peeing standing up to men? Like, would they just not bother with it if they, had lost their penis or had been born trans, after understanding the whole transmasculine thing and then kind of putting themselves in that place? Or would they even bother? Would they be comfortable sitting down? How does he feel like, about the whole sitting down in public thing? We just had a really great conversation. I wish we had filmed it then, but he said a lot of great things because, just, I don't know, I think, it's good to put it out there because peeing standing up to me is very important to my masculine identity. And some, people always defend themselves when they say peeing sitting down. I have no problem. I have to say this first. This is not about, like, I pee standing up, blah, blah. I have no problem with guys that want to pee sitting down. I just thought I'd share this from someone who was born male, his perspective on the whole masculinity issue, peeing standing up in the men's bathroom, blah, blah. So anyways, I was saying, would you bother with it, blah, blah, blah. And, you said, like, personally, peeing standing up is not really that...
Yeah, it's not... It's like, personally, to me, it's not a big deal.
Right.
But in a public place, what I was saying is that it's very much, there's this pressure that you have to.
Right.
Like, it appears awkward in the men's restroom when you
go to
a stall and just pee. I mean, it's pretty obvious, and so...
But even pee's just standing up in a stall, like, it's still obvious.
Exactly. So it's more like there's just this social pressure and this need to not feel any weirdness or even be noticed.
And some masculinity social pressure, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, like, oh, what are you doing in there? And, like, that's why, I think I never got crap in the bathrooms, because, like I said in my coming out Mighty Men video, like, some people will be on T, like, 7 months before they use a men's bathroom. I don't get that. Like, the day I was like, oh, I'm male, I started using men's bathrooms, but I also was peeing standing up. And I was doing this a lot at a college, that's where I mostly used public bathrooms, because, I was at school at the time. So guys never looked at me twice because I just walked up and used the urinal with them. I'm sure, looking the way I did pre-T, even though passing very well, like, I'm sure I would have, gained a lot more attention had I gone to the bathroom, especially pee sitting down, or even standing up. They've been like, what's up? But, like you were saying, like, to you, it's good for them to hear also, like, you personally, it's not like this big deal, like, to yourself, you have to pee standing up to be a man. Like, you said, like, it splashes back on you physically. It's just, whatever. Sometimes you don't want to stand there forever. We were laughing about that. That was funny. Like, it's funny to also be able to relate to him and him not feel like, or me not feel like he's not thinking me as male. Like, I was saying, don't you hate to be the one, at the urinal for, like, 3 guys have come and peed while you're still peeing? Because he was saying how long it takes to pee sometimes. I was like, I know, you just stand there forever. We're just laughing about it. And it's so freeing to be able to talk to a guy that was born male, and he's totally validating my experience without even knowing it by just talking to me about this stuff. He's just taking me like a guy, like, yeah, you pee too. I was like, doesn't that suck, Or we're talking about, being pee shy or people looking at you, and it's great. He's not, like, thinking I'm weird or, like, you're really a girl that's doing that. He just takes me as a guy, and I have to think, it just does so much for my self-esteem. It's like the validation I need, and it's awesome. So everyone get an awesome gay friend that will answer all your questions and be cute. But, I really just said something to me, like, I've always felt that need, to pee standing up, to define myself, that way masculinely. And, to hear him say, like, yeah, it is awkward, to go in a stall, even to pee standing up in a stall, like, men notice it.
Exactly.
And, I think maybe more violence could be whatever, because we're always afraid, trans people are always afraid of the bathrooms, obviously.
The bathroom is an intimidating place.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially for men. Even, any kind of man. You go in there and you're terrified. There's all these social rules that are unspoken, and you don't want to look in one direction too long.
Right.
It's very it's very strange.
Yeah, you don't want to look at the guy next to you while you're peeing.
Exactly.
And you don't want people to look at you while you're peeing anyways. Like,
and everybody notices everything.
Yeah.
Like, one thing's amiss, people will turn around and not go in the bathroom. It's really just a strange...
Yes, it's true. Or, like, guys are so, like... And it's like, FTM sites say, like, how to pick your urinal, or, don't use the one next to whatever. That just came so natural. I'm like, duh, you never go to the one right next to, or, like, go the farthest one away, or whatever. It's just, like, so funny how, like, it's like that, you walk in, you just know which one to go to. It's, like, doesn't even take a second, and it's just funny to me that happens naturally to me. Like, I just feel like, whatever, because not going to mention names, but I've used the bathrooms with some people, and it was just like a little more awkward. And I was like, no, you just go in there and do your business. You know, men's bathrooms are more silent. There's not talking. Like he obviously has never used a women's restroom, but he was saying it sounded scary. He heard talking coming from it. And I was like, yeah, it is scary. They go in droves. Like I want to go in alone, pee, whatever. Maybe be with my friend. We're going to do our shit and leave. You know, we're there to pee. But women, like some MTF friends of mine said, you know, they're terrified to go in the bathroom because, like, all the women are chatting. They don't want them to talk to them and maybe out, you know, themselves with their voice or whatever, even if they, you know, they pass terrifically. But yeah, bathrooms are just...
Bathrooms are intimidating places.
Any male bathroom etiquette you'd like to share with people that are afraid?
Oh, God. I mean, even for me, when going into a men's restroom, just... be as relaxed as possible. I mean, like, even appear as relaxed as possible.
I think that is great advice, because people just say, a lot of FTMs that have transitioned just say, no, if you act like you belong like you're there, guys won't question it. That's probably, you know, when I acted like, no, I'm going to the urinal and use the bathroom, and, you know, didn't look at me, and, you know, I had the etiquette down, and they were like, oh, it's probably Professor's son, you know, whatever, he's a little kid. And, or he just looks young, and... just act relaxed. They can tell if you're uptight, because then that will probably cue them off to something's off. Because I think you can tell in the men's bathroom when there's tension or something's amiss. Yeah, that's what it is. And I think they can tell. It might not be your gender. It might be you just freaked out. You know, that's a really great perception. Just be relaxed. Yeah, you know, if you just act like, no, I'm here. Even I think if you had to use the stall, if you just acted like, no, I'm gonna go take a shit, whatever, and just if you acted like that's what you're doing. You know, just were casual about it, I don't think you would get that much.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, even though using the stall, like we said, might attract some attention, I think it would attract less attention if you weren't, like, freaking out, looking around and saying, are they watching me use the stall? If you just walked in, strolled in, like, whatever, brought a newspaper, maybe, you know, whatever. Exactly. Guys do that, I've noticed.
Guys bring newspapers in the restrooms. I personally would never bring reading material into the restroom.
Honestly, I didn't know that, you know, because I didn't grow up using boys' bathrooms, but at school, you know, there were never newspapers in the women's bathroom, but I would go to the, you know, men's public restroom, and we had this one big one where it was like a room of urinals and then like a room of stalls, and I noticed in the stalls there's all these newspapers on the floor. I'm like, what?
It's gross, and I don't know if people pick them up and read them after they've been on the floor.
Oh, I know, the germs.
I'm sure they do. It's really disgusting. Men are gross. Straight men are disgusting.
Straight men are disgusting.
Well,
not all. I'm sure there's like some nice ones that watch this and are going to be offended. No, not all straight men, but you know what I'm saying.
Not all straight men.
Because the ones that watch this are probably fine.
I do have straight male friends who are disgusting.
Yeah, no, I do too. So
a lot of them are.
But we are just generalizing. But you know, like that's why I choose to identify as queer and not straight. Like I'm a straight man. But yeah, I just thought you'd like some of those thoughts from a guy that you know was born in the right skin or not the right skin. You know, just kind of identify with the way he was. You know, with the body he was born into and just his experience with that. It's really great to hear it. Like, and he takes all my questions, and it's great to be ask a guy that. It's really cool to hear him like validate stuff like the pee boner stuff. You know, like I didn't want to ask a guy that, but he totally was like, yeah, and we talked about it. It's totally cool, you know. So yeah, all right. And trans men can get pee boners. I don't care what you say. You know who. All right. Later, people.